Zeg maar als die kan. En als het... Hij is goed. Oké. Je zou hem allemaal moeten kennen. Lester Butler. Hij speelde in de Red Devils en hij heeft nu zijn band 13, opvolger van de Red Devils. Hij heeft twee gigantisch mooie platen gemaakt. Klassiekers in het genre blues. Ja, rock zou je zeggen, maar het is eigenlijk punk blues of blues punk or whatever you call it. Hij zit hier naast me en we gaan met hem praten over het een en ander en vooral over muziek. Hi Lester, welcome at Cult Television.
How you
I
doing?
heard you came on bike to this place.
Yes, you got to have a bike in Amsterdam.
It's good, but it's not really blues as you said.
I know, God, I can't help it.
You were born in Virginia?
Yes. Yes, I was born in Virginia, in the South.
What sort of family are you from?
Just a normal upbringing family, you know. I don't know how they had me. I'm just the troubled child of the group, the black sheep.
And when you were very young, you started playing the harp at the age of 6 or something like that?
Yes. 6 years old, I had a toy. You know, it was a toy. And I just heard the Sonny Boy and the Walter on the radio. And, you know, as time progressed, I started playing in bands, and it just came naturally. So I've been playing, yeah, since I was very young.
Why was it? Because you're from a white family that you started listening to the black blues music.
Black people used to take care of me, actually. That's how I kind of got into it. Yeah.
And you moved to LA, and then one of the big mentors you met there was Hollywood Fats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a good friend, Hollywood Fats. He turned me on to all the records and introduced me really to the different styles in depth.
And then when he died, you decided to go on stage and do your own thing.
It's really ironic. If he wouldn't have died, I don't know if I'd be playing music right now. It was a weird situation because he was such a great player. It was stifling, you know. But when he died, yeah, I started playing at that point on.
But when you started playing, you always mixed blues and punk music.
Well, blues, more not really punk per se musically, technically, but more of the attitude of thrashing and being more wild than the other blues bands that we saw around. And it just sort of comes natural, I guess. But, you know, we play low down blues, which to me was sort of like, Howlin' Wolf was sort of like punk rocker in his day. You know, the things that Howlin' Wolf would do were so outrageous that it was kind of the same wildness of a punk show. Same with like R.L. Burnside or, you know, R.L. and John Spencer worked together also. Mm-hmm.
But where does the feeling come from?
Right here. Emotions and the heart, you know. Sometimes I wonder myself why I play blues the way I do. And it's in me. It's just part of my soul.
Couldn't you put your finger on the seeds or the roots of this feeling?
Well, it's so deep in my being, my childhood, that it just comes, you know, I've heard the music all my whole life. And it just comes from my inner self. That's the only way I can really explain it. It just comes out. It's in me.
In the band, you also have a very different approach. There are no solos or real solos in the songs.
Oh, on the album.
On the album,
Yeah.
with the Red Devils and with 13 as well.
Oh, you mean the big long thing? Well, it's a little different approach than a lot of, you know, I try not to be as typical as I can, but live I play longer. But just for records, it just seems appropriate, you know, to go with. I just felt like going with a more sparse approach. But if you listen to chess recordings, you're going to hear one chorus, a shorter solo also.
So it's in fact the old-fashioned way.
Well, it is, yes, it is, and it's the new fashion way, and it's just, I just go, I try and be unique and different from everybody else.
But in fact you're not, because you're doing what the...
I'm not, and I'm am, and I'm not, and you know, it's just, I love it, and we have our own style, and you know, which is more of a rougher style than you're going to hear from most bands, hopefully.
You're playing harp, you're singing, but you're also sort of a conductor or musical director in the band.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I drive the other musicians crazy with my motions, and I'm like a traffic cop. You know?
So what you say is the law in the band?
Yeah. Yeah, musically, you know, it's a lot easier if the band has it's a band sort of like a body. You can only have one head, you know, or it just gets too confusing.
Is it also the reason why the Red Devils split?
Partially, yeah.
Because the guitar player, Jimmy Rip, said it's if you put 5 strong-headed guys in a band, it's bound to split, or it's hard to keep them together.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, Jimmy's a good friend. He knows what he's talking about. He had our rhythm guitar player on his album from the Red Devils. Mm-hmm.
You've heard his album?
Jimmy's?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
What do you think of it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
He mixes different styles.
Yes, he does. I really dug the album. Mm-hmm.
On the sleeve of 13 needs some explanation, because if you look at it, it's sort of astrology signs on it.
Yeah.
Who made the sleeve and why?
I made the sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hand is symbolic of like free will and different things that influence your free will. You know, the sun, beliefs, and since people see the cross, it's really the sign of the cross, cross between man and intelligence, you know, and it's just different things that influence your free will.
That makes life full of decisions.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you?
Oh, isn't it hard for everyone? It's great too, though, you know. We love it.
But is it hard to deal with it?
No, I don't know any other way. I mean, you know, the whole idea behind the 13 thing is a victim of a tragic circumstance rising above, you know, which is...
Because when I hear 13 and with the Red Devils as well, I heard you singing, I heard your harmonica play out, it was almost like you had hellhounds on your trail.
Thank you. They've been leaving me alone lately, but they definitely have been on my trail.
So you sing from your own experience.
Of course, yes.
And Plague of Madness, is it also your own experience? Is it your madness?
Yes, my madness. I went insane in the studio, and you have it on tape. You have it right there for yourself. Mm-hmm.
But it's real madness. It's like the same madness Howlin' Wolf has in his music.
Well, thank you. Yeah, music, I mean, it's just emotions, you know. And I felt crazy, and so I played a crazy tune.
One of your big examples is Little Walter. He's known for his rough lifestyle, booze and drugs, and you're known for that lifestyle as well.
You mean the secret's out? I'm being good now, yeah. I like to have a good time, you know. I like to have a good time, but sometimes things will get out of hand too, you know, and just a lot of times you lose friends. There's songs about the whole losing of friends and the whole deal on the album. And it's sort of music, you know, what you're going to bring to the table is your life. And you can't really pretend to be something. It's not like I went out to prove that, oh yeah, you know, that's the most typical thing, I'm the ghetto kid or whatever, because it's really not true. But a lot of things have happened to me, and you know, it's a lot of the people I grew up with and my people, all going through that same problems, and a lot of it's a modern society. There's a lot of that kind of action, and I grew up in the city, and a lot of it's really good too. A lot of it's really good too. A lot of it's fun.
But you need the city life also for inspiration.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder, what happens if things get good, and I don't have to deal with all this tragic circumstance and whatnot. But you can always write about hope and faith, which I try and keep in my everyday life.
The first album from the Red Devils, King King, was a live album recorded at the King King Club in LA. Rick Rubin produced it. This album is a studio album, but it's almost more raw. It's like you were playing live in the studio.
We were playing live in the studio.
It's all in one take?
A lot of them were in one take, yeah. We put some guitars on stuff and re-sang things, but the songs and the music came from one take, and it's the way blues is, there's so much interaction. It's hard to do it any other way, and if you do it another way, it sounds real clean. And we started that way. We started in that manner, and it just wasn't the essence of what we wanted to hear. So after I fought with the producers for a couple days, I just grabbed the microphone and started singing right into it, and went in the room with the band and broke down the barriers and whatnot for all the instruments. Yeah, I'm sure you've been in the studio, and every amp's in a little closet, and just went into the studio and dealt with it the way we played. Mm-hmm.
There was also a rumor after the King King album that you would do some recordings with Mick Jagger, Johnny Cash, and I heard you did, but what happened to the tapes?
Well, the Mick Jagger tape is out, and somebody got a hold of it, and it's a bootleg now. But the Johnny Cash is still in the vault right now.
And it won't come out?
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer when you deal with people like Johnny Cash and Mick Jagger, and you're dealing with a corporation, So you can just cross your fingers. But you can find the Jagger material out.
But still on bootleg?
Oh, yeah. It's underground, way underground.
But isn't it strange that there's no record company interested enough, or is it just that Mick Jagger and Johnny Cash are afraid that when they put this album out, your name will be higher on the list?
Well, I think with Mick, you have to have millions of dollars involved. It's like a country or something. It's not like a, I mean, there's so much involved. It's on a scale that's just gigantic. I think he might have known that it came out on bootleg, and maybe he was even the one that put it out.
Because he's a smart businessman.
I think he was the only one with the tapes, as far as I know. So,
makes you wonder.
Yeah, there you have it.
You're doing a promotion tour now. You're playing in the Paradiso Friday night. After this tour, you're going to Russia, going to Spain, then
back home for more of the same, and then take a couple months rest and come back to Holland. Hopefully, I'd like to come back to Holland 2 or 3 times a year at least, because I love it so much.
But are you going to work on a new album?
That's always happening. I mean, it's not even up to me. The songs come in to my head like it's an antenna or something, or they come up from below. Maybe they bubble up. So yeah, we're working on a new album right now.
But the way you say it, the songs come up. It's very easy for you to write?
Well, I don't sit down and say I'm going to write a song. Sometimes I will wake up, hear, it'll already be there. And a lot of times that's what happens. I'll wake up and I hear it. But usually songs come after some sort of a experience of, trauma or great happiness or whatever. So yeah, they usually come after some sort of an emotional thing. And that's what I do. I write. I try and just go up with an emotional response.
Because that's blues.
It's music. It's art. I don't care if it's music or painting or whatever. It's basically what an artist does is they transfer an emotion into the medium that they're working with.
You don't want to label music. You also played with Rancid. So no borders, no limits, no labels?
No, 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 no. That's against the whole idea, I think, of music and expressing yourself and just being your own self.
Okay, I want you to keep up the spirit and write a lot of beautiful songs and do the good stuff with bands. Play music, make records, play live, because I want to hear more, more, more. And I really want to thank you for being here in the show and wish you best of luck in the Paradiso.
Thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank all the people in Holland, too, for coming out and supporting us and, treating us so right also.
You're the one that made the music, so.
Well, it's mutual. Thank you, everybody.
Lester Butler, hij speelt vrijdagavond in Paradiso. En je bent gek als je er niet bij bent. Want het is bij leven al een legende. En ga ook naar de platenzaak en haal die plaat van hem, 13. Met er staan 13 ontzettend mooie nummers op. Kippenvel, echt van hier tot hier. Goose pimples all over when you listen to this one. En als je dan toch bezig bent en je vindt hem goed, haal dan ook nog even die plaat van de Red Devils. King King, live in de King King Club. Komt ongeveer op hetzelfde neer, net zo goed. Wat kan ik anders zeggen dan? Kijk nog even naar een paar opnamen die wij in Maloe hebben gemaakt van Lester Butler en band 13. Thank you very much.
Right.
Sound check. All right, can I get like monitors on the harp then so I could hear? It's screaming out there, I'm sure, but it's